Imagine trying to literally sprint through molasses. If you're in product development, honestly, that's exactly what the traditional discovery process can feel like. You've got a brilliant idea or a pressing strategic question, but the sheer weight of the process just drags you down. Well, when I was exploring Specky's AI native process, I found a framework that actually claims to compress weeks of sluggish, heavy product discovery into just 3 highly structured hours. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly how they pull that off. We'll look at how to leverage artificial intelligence to run a blazing fast, evidence-backed discovery sprint that completely transforms how you validate your ideas.
But look, to really appreciate the solution, we first have to agitate the core problem. The slow discovery problem is something almost every single product team faces. Traditional discovery cycles take weeks. I mean, think about the steps for a second. You got to schedule interviews, conduct them, transcribe the recordings, analyze the data, synthesize the findings, and then finally build some massive presentation. And the brutal reality? By the time you actually have actionable findings, your team has literally already moved on. Or worse, you're presenting to a room of empty coffee cups. You're doing great research for sure, but it's arriving way too late to actually influence the roadmap.
Okay, let's dive into this, because the exact antidote to that slow discovery problem comes down to the number 3. AI fundamentally changes the speed limit of research. The team at Specky uses this internal process that consistently produces a strong, highly actionable signal in under 3 hours. Not 3 weeks, not 3 days, 3 hours. It's a ticking clock playbook that forces focus, eliminates all that busy work of scheduling and transcribing, and gets you straight to the insights.
So, here's our agenda for this explainer. First, the slow discovery problem. Then, Hour 1, signal gathering. Hour 2, opportunity mapping. And Hour 3, decision prep. Finally, we'll wrap up with your discovery deliverables and exactly when to use it.
Starting with Section 1, the slow discovery problem. As we just saw, we urgently need an AI-native approach to product validation that finally breaks this painful compromise between speed and evidence.
Section 2, Hour 1, Signal Gathering. The first 60 minutes. Let the countdown begin. The goal here isn't to draw conclusions yet. It's really to cast a wide, intelligent net over the data your company already has and to actively challenge your initial assumptions right out of the gate.
Here is exactly how the framework maps out that first hour. Step 1, you just open your Discovery workbench and search for the specific topic you're exploring. Step 2, and honestly, this is where the magic starts. Instead of starting from scratch, you review auto-surfaced themes from the last 90 days of Gong sales calls and Slack threads. You are instantly tapping into this absolute goldmine of raw customer conversations. Then, Step 3, you kick off a session with Alex Research, your AI agent.
What's really fascinating here is the sheer simplicity of the prompt. You literally just tell the AI agent, help me understand what customers are saying about this topic. You don't need some complex, multi-paragraph query. But here's the absolutely crucial part of this step. You intentionally use the AI to challenge your initial hypotheses. If your assumption is that customers want a specific feature, but the last 90 days of sales calls and chat data just don't support that, the AI is going to actively push back. It essentially acts as your objective, data-driven sparring partner.
So what does this all mean for the output of this first intense hour? It's kind of wild to think that by minute 60, you've already cut through all the noise. You aren't dealing with scattered feedback or vague ideas anymore. The result is a highly focused shortlist of just 3 to 5 signal clusters that are actually worth exploring further. You've used AI to synthesize months of passive data into a super tight, validated focus area.
Moving right along to Hour 2, opportunity mapping, the second 60 minutes. Now that we've got our signal clusters, we shift from looking backward at historical data to actively testing ideas in the present. We need to turn that raw data into mapped, actionable product opportunities. The sequence for Hour 2 is highly systematic. First, for every single one of those 3 to 5 signal clusters you found in Hour 1, you create an opportunity node in your opportunity tree. Second, you let the AI score each of these new opportunities against your predetermined strategy filters. This keeps you perfectly aligned with company goals, and it does it without a lengthy 2-week debate. And third, this is where the speed really multiplies. You deploy an AI campaign to a relevant segment of users.
And this brilliantly illustrates the power of an AI-native environment. An AI campaign is basically a short, automated 5-question interview sent directly to 10 to 20 users. While that campaign is running in the background, literally conducting user interviews autonomously, you're freed up to draft a lightweight opportunity brief or a PRD. You're parallel processing. The AI is gathering live qualitative feedback while you are structuring the product requirements.
All right, Hour 3, decision prep, the final 60 minutes.
We're 120 minutes in, and it's time to finalize the synthesis. The live user responses from your automated campaign are wrapping up, and you're getting ready to confidently present your findings to the team.
The execution of Hour 3 is all about integration. Step 1, you review the campaign responses as they roll in. What's absolutely incredible to me is that most of these 5-question interviews are actually completed by real users within this very hour. Step 2, you immediately take this fresh, live signal and update your opportunity scores. So now, your scoring is based on a blend of historical 90-day data and live targeted interviews. Then Step 3, you use the Insights view to generate a final summary document.
That final document is the Insights one-pager, and it has a beautifully rigid structure designed specifically to keep planning meetings efficient. It strictly covers 3 things: what you learned, what you're recommending, and what you are deferring. By explicitly stating what you're putting off, you instantly narrow the scope and shut down those endless what-if debates during your next team sync. It's a real game changer.
Section 5. Your discovery deliverables. Let's shift focus and look at the concrete, tangible outputs you actually hold in your hands when this ticking clock hits 0. According to the framework, you don't just walk away with hunches. You walk away with hard evidence. First, you get a ranked set of opportunities backed by real customer data. Second, you have a transparent decision trail. This is so vital for team trust. Your engineers and stakeholders can literally see exactly how you arrived at your conclusion. And third, you have a set of direct user verbatims to share. When you walk into your next planning session, you aren't just giving an opinion, you are channeling the direct voice of the customer.
Finally, Section 6. When to use it. Knowing the boundaries. Building credibility means acknowledging when a tool is absolutely perfect and when it might not be the right fit.
So the crucial point is this: the 3-hour sprint works absolute wonders for single-topic validation. If you have a specific feature idea or a tight strategic question that you need to pressure test quickly, this is your go-to playbook. However, it is not a substitute for deep, foundational, ethnographic user research. If you're exploring an entirely new market or a completely unknown user persona, you still need that deep dive approach. But for the vast majority of day-to-day product decisions, this 3-hour AI sprint provides more than enough evidence.
Which brings us to the ultimate question you have to ask yourself. Is your next big roadmap bet actually based on hard evidence, or is it just an untested assumption masquerading as a strategy? If you're relying on guesses because traditional discovery takes too long, well, it's time to look at how you work. You now have the blueprint to compress weeks of work into just 3 hours. The clock is ticking. How will you use your next 180 minutes?